Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to walk you through the architecture of my new faith-based mental wellness app I'm building. It's called ClearMind and it also goes by the name Jesus Speaks. The app is designed to help people grow spiritually and mentally by giving them access to scripture inspired content like articles, quizzes, and polls, all in a clean, distraction free environment. Let's start with a quick overview. ClearMind is built as a modern web app with a clean front end, a fast back end, and cloud-first services powering the database, authentication, and payments. Here's what the stack look like. For front end, we are using Nest.js with TypeScript. For back end, we are using Fast API, Python. For database and auth, we are using Supabase. For payments, we are using Stripe. For hosting, we are using Cloudflare Pages and Render. Now, what does the MVP actually do? In version 1, the app supports the following features. Users sign up and log in with Supabase Auth, a profile page for each user, ability to create, edit, and publish content as either free or premium, tagging and categorization to organize content, a content viewer that handles both draft and published states, admin privileges for content moderation, Stripe payments for monthly premium access to all paid content, modular content rendering, think text, scripture, images, quizzes, polls, and of course, a calm UI focused on peace and mental clarity. Let's dive into the front end. We are using Nest.js with TypeScript, which gives us both server-side rendering and a great developer experience. The front end handles routing, page rendering, and communication with both the backend and Supabase auth. When users log in and sign up, that request goes directly to Supabase auth, which returns a JWT token. If a user tries to access premium content and they are not subscribed, the front end will route them to Stripe checkout. All the front end API calls to fetch or save content go through our backend, the Fast API servers. Next up, the backend. We are using Fast API, a lightweight asynchronous Python framework. This handles all REST API endpoints for content creation, user access, tagging, and subscription verification. It also integrates with our Supabase PostgreSQL database, either directly via queries or using Supabase REST APIs. For protected routes, Fast API decodes the Supabase JWT to authorize users, check their role, admin or regular, and verify if they have a valid premium subscription. It's also where we handle Stripe integrations. Creating checkout sessions and listening to webhook events. Now let's talk about Supabase, which handles two things for us: authentication and database. Supabase Auth handles email, password signups, session tokens, JWTs. Supabase PostgreSQL stores users' content such as articles, polls, and quizzes, tags, and subscription metadata. We also apply row-level security in Supabase to make sure users only access what they're allowed to. Now let's walk through the payment flow using Stripe. User clicks upgrade to premium. Front-end communicates with Fast API, which communicates with Stripe checkout session. User completes payment on Stripe. Stripe sends a webhook to Fast API. Fast API updates the user's subscription status in Supabase. Now that user can view any premium content across the app. For hosting, here's what we are using. For front-end, Nest.js is hosted on Cloudflare Pages or Render Static. It's fast, global, and reliable. For backend, Fast API is hosted on Render or Railway, both of which support Python apps and auto-deploy from Git. Supabase is managed, so no hosting needed there. Stripe is cloud native by design. This setup lets us scale fast, stay cost efficient, and deploy updates rapidly. Here's how everything connects in our architecture diagram. Front-end talks to the Supabase auth or login for login, and front-end calls Fast API for content and session checks. Backend reads and writes to Supabase database. Frontend triggers Stripe checkout. Stripe sends webhook to Fast API, which sends to Supabase. It's a modern decoupled Jamstack-like approach, but with a backend that gives us full control. That's the architecture of ClearMind, or as we like to call it, Jesus Speaks, a faith-based app to help users heal, grow, and thrive mentally and spiritually. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.